The woman who makes seven figures is not fundamentally different from you. She doesn't have access to something you don't. What she has, and what can be built consciously, deliberately, is just a different identity, a different story about what she's capable of. Wealth is not something you just earn. It's something you develop the capacity to receive. I want this episode to really stay with you, not just because of what I'm going to teach you, but because of what wants to reveal itself from within you. Every single episode in this series has given you something practical: the foundations of high-ticket sales, the psychology of belief, how to handle objections, how to build organically, and how to clear your price blocks. And all of that matters. All of it will move the needle. But none of it, not a single strategy or skill or framework, will take you to the next level unless this piece is in place. The strategy and the skills are the vehicle. But what we're talking about today, this is the fuel. This is the thing that determines whether your vehicle will move at all. Today, we're talking about identity, about what the woman who makes millions actually believes about herself, about why wealth is ultimately an identity question, not a strategy question, and about the specific shifts that have to happen inside of you before the outside can reflect all of that back. Welcome to the High Ticket Portal. I'm Vanessa Carling, and let's close this series properly. I want to start with a question that cuts to the heart of this. When you imagine a woman who makes seven figures, really imagine this. What do you believe about her as a person? Because here's what most women carry underneath, under all of the ambition and the work and the goals. They believe that that woman is different from me. She's lucky. She has connections. She has capital that I don't have. She's just tougher. She's less emotional. She's more willing to sacrifice things that I'm not willing to sacrifice. She has more stamina. She's more confident. And those beliefs that are quiet and most of the time unconscious, they're placing seven figures in a category that you don't believe that you exist in. The belief goes, that's simply for them, not for me. And your mind, which is really good at proving itself right, will find all the evidence to confirm that every single day. The call that didn't close, the month where you didn't hit your goals, all the evidence. It all confirms this is not for me. Now, here's what's actually true. The woman who makes seven figures is not fundamentally different from you. She doesn't have access to something you don't. What she has, and what can be built consciously, deliberately, is just a different identity, a different story about what she's capable of, and crucially, a developed capacity to receive and hold what she decides to create. The first belief that makes the difference is that she's decided that she's building something real. She's not hoping, she's not trying, she's not going, oh, let's just see how this goes. She's decided on the deepest level of herself that what she's building is permanent, it matters, and it's going somewhere significant. Now, that decision changes absolutely everything. What she invests in, what she says yes to and what she doesn't, how she responds when things get hard, because they will, and how she shows up when no one's watching. She stopped treating her business as something she's doing and started treating it as something she is. That's the identity shift. And it's available to you right now by your decision, not by your circumstance. The second belief, she has developed the capacity to hold wealth. I want to talk about this carefully because it's a very misunderstood part of the wealth conversation. A lot of women want wealth, but wanting wealth and having the nervous system capacity to hold it are two very different things. And the gap between them is where the most invisible sabotage happens. You'll have a breakthrough month and then do something that collapses the momentum. You'll get really close to the level where you always wanted to be, but then without knowing exactly how or why, you kind of pull back, undersell, over-deliver until you're depleted, and you just kind of shrink back to what's familiar. This is not failure. It's just your nervous system protecting you from something that it hasn't learned to hold yet. Wealth is not something you just earn. It's something you develop the capacity to receive. And that capacity is built through identity work, through consciously updating the story that your nervous system is running, through practicing in real time, in real situations, staying regulated when money comes, staying grounded when you close a big sale, staying yourself when the number gets bigger. I call this wealth tolerance, the ability to have money, hold money, and allow more money without it threatening your sense of who you are, without it making you arrogant or anxious or someone you can't really recognize. Wealth amplifies who you already are, which is why doing the character work, the value work, the inner work before and during money coming in is really important. Not just to earn the money, but to be the kind of woman who can hold it well. The third belief, and this is the one that I want to leave you with here today, she understands that her success is in service in something bigger than her income. The women I know who've built the most sustainably, joyfully, over years are not primarily motivated by the money. The money is a byproduct of the mission. They're building because they believe in what they're building, because they have a vision for themselves, for their families, for the women that they serve. That's a lot bigger than what any income can reflect. It's a vision that they can't even walk away from, even if they tried. And that mission, the deeper why, is what carries them through when it gets hard. It's what gives them the resilience to stay when other people choose to leave. It's what makes them magnetic, not just in their sales, not just in their leadership, but as human beings, because people feel purpose. They feel the difference between the woman doing this for the lifestyle and the woman doing this because she genuinely believes she has something that the world needs. My vision, and I want to share it openly because I think it matters that what you might be stepping into, is a movement of women building for, yes, extraordinary wealth, freedom, and impact without abandoning themselves when they're doing it. No hustle, no sacrifice, not burning your nervous system to prove that you deserve it, but wealth as an expression of who you are, business as a vehicle for your evolution, and leadership as a form of love. That's the invitation, not just to make more money, but to become the woman who can hold it, who takes care of it wisely, who uses it to build something that lasts, and who becomes someone in the process that she is genuinely proud of, and who becomes a truly liberated, free, authentic expression of herself in the process. I built these series because I want you to have it all: the strategy and the belief, the skills and the identity, the income, and the version of yourself who can have it. Now, if you want to go deeper, if you're ready to do this work at the level where it actually changes things, you're more than welcome to watch the free masterclass. You can get it through booking a call. All of the links are in the show notes. And when you're ready to have a real conversation about what this would look like for you specifically, let's have a chat. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you found this series helpful, and I will see you in the next episode.